Welcome to my channel. My name is Love Menyi. Today I am going to teach you how to build wealth from scratch, how to build your income, how to build your stability from scratch. But before we bounce into that, if today is your first time, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. If you have been with us before, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. Then let's bounce back in the topic of today. So today we are going to discuss on how to build wealth from scratch. What do I mean by how to build wealth from scratch? How to build wealth from scratch I'm talking about is how to create your own income, your own stability, your own financial freedom. How do you do this? First of all, you have to look for that area that pleases your heart. That area that your heart yearns for. That area that you think you are good at. You have to identify that first. When you identify that, you first of all look for people into that field. Ask questions, browse, go online, anywhere you can find information about that area you are interested in. You search for that information because information is one thing that will help you so much. If you must venture into that profession, into that field, you must know a lot about it. That is the number one step. Number two step of the thing you should do is setting a target. As you have found out that this is what you want, you must set a target that every day, if it's something that you do on daily basis, if something that requires you doing it on daily basis, you must set a target of what you must achieve every day. On no account, no matter how busy you are, you must tell yourself, I have not achieved my goal. I must continue until I achieve my goal today. You will see that the more you achieve that goal, every day by day, no matter how little that your goal is a build up. The more you do it every day, is a build up. It's dropping like a drop of water. Before you know it, you already have a full bucket. Before you know it, the water keeps dropping every day. And the more you do that, you keep making research to know your progress. Are you actually progressing on the growth line of that profession? When you achieve that goal of setting that goal every day, one thing you should have at the back of your mind as you venture into this building of wealth is consistency. You must be consistent. People must know you as somebody that is always available, as somebody that will always deliver. Consistency, as in, it gives you this, it brings the satisfaction because you'll be seeing the result every day, no matter how little that result might look like. At that early stage, the water keeps dropping. That consistency you are building keeps dropping that water. You'll be looking at it, is it not just a drop of water? That drop of water will one day form a cup of water. Will one day form a bucket of water. It will keep dropping with your consistency. Let me take for example, if you're a keke rider, you get your keke today. Before you get that keke, you have already told yourself, because of from the inquiries you've already made before you got that keke, you already know that it's possible for somebody to get 5,000 naira a day when you go out to work. It's possible for somebody to get 10,000 naira, to get 20,000 naira, depending on your location and how everything is going in your area. And depending on how sound your keke is, that is another thing you should consider. When you have already known all these, you should tell yourself, I must make this amount of money every day. And if I make this amount of money, this should be my savings. If I have not saved this amount of money today, it means I am not done for the day. I'm just using keke as example. If you are in other field, just tell yourself that I must give myself the room for people to know me as somebody that can deliver in this thing. Another way to build wealth, when you build trust, you are building your wealth. Stop disappointing your customers. Stop disappointing people that is giving you work. Stop disappointing people around you. You open the shop today. People are coming to your shop to buy something. You're at home, you are not in the shop. Or you went to church. Or you went to one monument or the other. I'm not saying you should be a slave to whatever you are doing. No. But you should be able to tell yourself that this is my office. Treat it as one. You should be always be available. You should be always be. Let people don't give people the room to say, who knows if he will be around? Who knows if he will deliver? That alone is enough to crash that your business. And you have already missed that part. If you must build that wealth, consistency, building trust that you will deliver, you keep delivering. Tell yourself, I cannot disappoint my customers. I cannot disappoint my clients. If you are into education system, be that lecturer, be that person that people will say, if not that man, I wouldn't have learned this thing. No. That man is good in what he's doing. The recommendation will keep going before you. You can't go for any interview that your name is not already ringing bell there. You are building yourself. If you must build wealth, you must, in our places, they call it stingy. My dear, it's not stingy. You must be disciplined. And for you to be disciplined, you must know what is necessary to do and what is not necessary. Some of the burdens we carry in our shoulder is not necessary. And if you must throw on the lane of building wealth, my dear, you must be that, as in, why I'm using that word stingy, because if you are disciplining yourself on how you spend your money, on how you do one thing or the other, people will tell me that you are stingy. In most cases, you are just telling yourself that if I must be this, if I must achieve this, I must know what is my responsibility and what is not my responsibility. Somebody that is building wealth doesn't always please people around. People will always want you to satisfy them. Which human being cannot be satisfied? If you are on the lane of building wealth, there are a lot of things you shouldn't listen to. There are a lot of things that shouldn't make you to look back. Funny enough, the people that will say that you are stingy are not the people that will help you in one way or the other. It's people that will always be coming for help. But you will see that people that is in the same lane with you will always tell you thumb up. They will always encourage you because they know the result of what you are building. I'm not saying that in the midst of you building your wealth, that you should forget what is your responsibility, what that is necessary for you to do. I'm not saying you should not help. I'm not saying that helping people is bad. But a lot of things we do in the name of help, in the name of, we carry a lot of burden in our shoulder that is not necessary. If you must build wealth, you should know what you should carry. Building wealth requires you to be disciplined and disciplined. Another thing you should have at the back of your mind, if you must build wealth, you see this time. You should take time. So precious. Time should be of paramount importance to you. You see the mentality of African time. It have destroyed a lot of people. It have destroyed a lot of potentials. You can imagine somebody going for an interview that is scheduled by 9 o'clock, 15 after 9. And they say, is it not just 15 minutes ago? My dear, 15 minutes is enough for somebody to achieve something mighty. Do you know you can actually miss a life-changing opportunity because of 1 minute? Do you know you can actually miss something that is very, very significant to change your life because you missed 1 minute? So you now tell me, is that 1 minute ordinary? Is that 1 minute just? Some people you will say, okay, I'm coming to your shop. I'm coming to do this and to do that in your shop by this so and so time. Some of them will not even open their shop. You see somebody selling provision along school road. School is opening by 7:30. That is when students are going to school. Students are supposed to patronize him or her before going to school, buying their snacks. But he's going to shop by 9 o'clock. At the end of the day, he or she will say, no business today, sir, as usual. But somebody that is in his or her shop, that time that the student is going, have already gotten the attention of the student. They are going to his or her shop to patronize him. That is the mentality of time. If you must build wealth, time is of paramount importance. Make use of time. Make use of every opportunity that passes by. Another thing you should have at the back of your mind, if you must build wealth, is that you must unlearn to learn. You must be open to learning. You must be open to correction. You must be ready to ask questions. No man is an island. Nobody knows it all. That you are in this field doesn't mean that you know everything about that field. Keep asking questions. It will help you grow. Listen to people. Listen to advice. Especially people you see that is at the head of you. They will always have one thing. You must learn from them. When you listen to people, when you are into a business, there are people into that business you are seeing as people doing well. Learn to be close to them so you can learn a lot. It will help you a lot to venture into that business. If you must build wealth, don't exist alone. Existing alone, you will miss the information. You will miss, as in, you will know little or nothing. Existing, some people, as in, how do I put it? If you see people that is not ready to mingle with anybody, to have friends, to ask questions, to do one thing or the other, they are not even good, even in research. How do you now grow? The world is evolving every day by day. How do you know the latest? How do you know the update in that your field if you cannot ask questions? If you cannot meet people that is above you, how are you going to know what is new in the business? Things keep changing every day. Please, my brothers and sisters, I said, let me highlight more to you. Little and little ways for you to drop that water that will build that cup for you, that will fill that bucket for you. What all of us is aspiring for in this generation is to be able to take care of our need. That is the satisfaction. As long as you are able to take care of your need, you are already satisfied. You must not be the richest man on earth to be satisfied. No. But when you are comfortable doing something for yourself, taking care of your personal need, that is the satisfaction that comes with life. And it can only be done with you, through you, and for yourself. Building wealth is not a day something. Building wealth is not something you jump into and find yourself a rich man. It's something that you drop it step by step. Grace as in one after the other. You see yourself growing. That is how life is. Consistency, time, discipline. All of this is required in that growth. Give yourself the opportunity to take care of yourself, to take care of your personal need. That is all life is. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video. Subscribe, like, and share. Let's spread the news. Thank you so much for watching.